Diddy Accuser shares heartfelt statement after disturbing RAPE lawsuit allegations. Welcome back to Right Now Trending TV News. Before we get started, I kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for more videos in the future. All right, let's get started. Let's get into one of the most shocking and disturbing stories to emerge in recent memory. Talia Graves, in a heart-wrenching press conference, came forward with allegations against Sean Diddy Combs and his former bodyguard, Joseph Sherman, claiming they drugged and brutally assaulted her more than 20 years ago. The details of her account are gut-wrenching and deeply disturbing, and it's hard to even wrap your head around something like this happening. But here we are, and Graves' brave decision to come forward has put a spotlight on a case that has long been in the shadows. So what exactly happened, and why is this coming to light now? Talia Graves, who was 25 at the time of the alleged attack, was dating a Bad Boy Records executive when, according to her, Diddy and Sherman lured her into a studio in New York City. Graves says she was given a glass of wine she believes was laced with drugs, causing her to lose consciousness. When she came to, she was tied up and naked on the pool table. Can you imagine the sheer terror of waking up in a situation like that? This is so sad. And it gets worse. Graves claims that when she screamed, Sherman slammed her face down into the pool table. The alleged attack was recorded, and according to Graves, the footage was shown to multiple men. This isn't just an assault, it's the stuff of nightmares. Can you imagine the betrayal, the humiliation, and for over 20 years, this horrific experience has haunted her? Now, it's important to remember that these allegations are part of a civil suit, and Combs has pleaded not guilty to the federal charges he's currently facing, which include trafficking and racketeering. But the timing of this new complaint, just a week after Diddy's arrest on these serious federal charges, adds another layer to the already massive legal troubles piling up for the hip-hop mogul. But let's dig a little deeper into what Graves said at the press conference. This wasn't just a woman recounting an event from her past. This was someone visibly broken and still struggling to put the pieces of her life back together. She talked about the emotional scars the assault left her with, scars that still impact her to this day. Graves shared that she suffers from PTSD, depression, and anxiety, and she often feels unsafe in her own skin. Can you blame her? After an attack like that, it's a wonder she can even stand in front of a camera and tell a story. She also mentioned something that struck me, how she feels guilty and ashamed, as if she somehow bears responsibility for what happened to her. That's a common feeling among survivors of abuse, but it's completely undeserved. Yet the burden of blame is something that victims often carry, and is heartbreaking. Graves even admitted that it's been difficult for her to trust people or form healthy relationships since the attack. How many women are out there suffering in silence, feeling exactly like this? At the press conference, Graves broke down in tears as she described the attack. She recounted throwing up on the pool table during the assault and how Combs, undeterred, wiped himself off and continued. What a pig! The sheer cruelty of that moment is hard to fathom. And the fact that she's carried this trauma with her for 2 decades, well, it's no wonder she says the attack has taken a massive toll on her mental health. It's worth asking, why is she coming forward now? For years, these allegations were kept under wrap. But it seems like Diddy's recent arrest might have given Graves the courage, or maybe the opportunity, to finally speak her truth. And good for her. This is not an easy story to tell, but it's one that needs to be heard. Whether you believe Diddy is guilty of these charges or not, it's crucial that survivors like Graves are given a platform to share their experiences. Of course, Diddy's camp has been silent on these new allegations. His attorney hasn't responded to media requests for comment, and there's no word yet on whether Sherman has retained legal representation. But given the gravity of the accusations, you can bet we'll be hearing more as this case unfolds. Now, here's where it gets even more complicated. This civil suit, filed just hours before Graves' press conference, isn't just about compensatory damages, it's also seeking punitive damages. She should. That means Graves isn't just looking for justice, she's seeking to hold Diddy and those involved accountable on a much larger scale. And considering the public nature of this case, you have to wonder how this will affect Diddy's reputation. What reputation? Is this the beginning of the end for one of hip-hop's most powerful figures? Hope so. So what's your take on this? Do you think there's any chance Diddy walks away from this unscathed? Or is this just one scandal too many? His legal troubles are mounting, and if these allegations are proven true, it could spell disaster for both his career and his legacy. For Graves, though, it's not about money or fame, it's about reclaiming her life. She ended her press conference by saying that while she's glad Diddy is behind bars, the feeling of relief is only temporary. The trauma is still very real for her and is something she lives with every single day. Now, how do you move forward after something like this? Can you ever truly heal? As we wait for the courts to decide, this case isn't just about one woman's pain. It's a reminder of the long-lasting impact of abuse and the importance of holding powerful people accountable. Whether or not justice is served, let's not forget the courage it takes for survivors like Graves to speak out. It's up to us to listen and to ensure that these stories don't get buried, no matter how difficult they are to hear. So what do you think? Should we be more skeptical of public figures with power? Or is this just another example of a famous person getting caught up in the legal system? Whatever happens next, this story isn't going away anytime soon. So stay tuned. And as I get information, I will be reporting because this is one of the biggest cases of 2024. So everybody, what are your thoughts about this video? Jot your opinions down below in the comments. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for more videos. Until next time, ciao.